What is up, GBA Nation? My name is Mike Weber, aka Lil Web, joined by the media director himself.
It is me, Sean.
And we are here for episode 11 of the Sean and Web Show. And last weekend, both me and Sean were covering the Lauren Hill Classic, the 8th annual one. And Sean, there was quite the amount of good plays in that, from three-pointers to and ones. And as usual, with the Lauren Hill Classic, it was all for a great cause.
I mean, it was for an excellent cause, man. The cure starts now. The battle against DIPG, which Lauren Hill sadly passed away to. But just to speak to the action on the court, man, the girls were playing with fire. They were playing with a lot of passion, man. Saw some new prospects step up. Then I saw the usual suspects, you know what I mean, just keep doing what they do. So it was a great weekend.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, every year the Lauren Hill Classic, we always see such great basketball. And this one, we saw the usual, great basketball as we have in the past Lauren Hill Classics. And yeah, in my opinion, it always brings out the best in these girls of why they're playing for this event.
Like I said, it's bigger than basketball. You know, when something is bigger than the sport or, you know, something that has a cause, usually it brings out the best in us all. It was exciting that reigned true, that held true for this weekend.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And, we have to meet Lauren's parents, Lisa and Brent. And as usual, they're very nice people to talk to. And, I mean, they always enjoy when we host this event. And we always enjoy having them come by to check it out and see how much of an impact that their daughter had.
Definitely kudos to both Brent and Lisa. I mean, this is a great cause, man, and I'm a parent as well. Like, I gotta imagine it's still hard, you know what I mean, losing your daughter. But the way they just give back their time, you know what I mean, they give back their resources, you know, to fight for other people's, you know, children, man. It's outstanding, and it just makes the event that much more special.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So shout out to them, and we cannot wait for next year's Lauren Hill Classic. And speaking of the Lauren Hill Classic, we actually have some behind the scenes from the Classic. So let's head on in to the behind the scenes vlog. What's going on, GBA Nation? It's Lil Web here, joined by Sean.
It is me, Sean. We are here.
Yep, we are here at Lauren Hill Classic, the 8th annual one. We are at RG Sports Academy. Later on during the day, one of us is going to be at Elite. So, should be a good time. Ain't that right, Sean?
It's going to be a great time. Hey, Elite, I'm looking for those concessions. Since we started this event, this is my favorite one that we do because of what it's for, the cause, Lauren's story, and the Hill family, who are great people. So with that being said, we have Lisa and Brent here today, Lauren's mom and dad. I'll let them talk a little bit about Lauren. Lisa, Brent, come on up.
I guess I get to go first. Ladies, thank you so much for coming out and playing in Lauren's tournament. Parents, thank you for supporting this tournament, getting the kids here. This is a very important event for us. We love this every year. We do several things around Cincinnati in Lauren's name. I think this is one of the things that touches us the most because we did live basketball for years and years and years and absolutely love the sport and miss it very much. I just want to say a few things about Lauren. I mean, I can't tell you how much she loves the sport girls. If you get the chance, you don't know her story, please look her up on the internet. It's very touching. It's a little bit sad, but she did amazing things, and I think it will strive you to want to do amazing things with your life. She was big into the team. The team was an extension of family. The girls around you, they will be in your life for many years. You'll learn a lot of good life lessons with the ladies around you and through sports. Lauren was a big proponent of, she wasn't a big proponent of the scoring. The first thing that Lauren asked every time she came off the court was, Dad, how many assists did I have tonight? She never looked at the scoreboard. She couldn't tell you by the end of the game whether they won or lost. She was more worried about the game itself and the fact that how many assists did I have, and did we do well tonight, did we play a good game tonight. So just remember that as you go. I mean, winning is fun, playing is just as much fun. I mean, just to be out here and be able to enjoy yourselves, take every day as if it was your last day. That's what you should learn from Lauren. Live life every single day, and love the ones you're with. She would tell you to make sure you hug everybody every day. We couldn't walk through the house without getting a hug from Lauren 12 times a day. She was that kind of child. So anyway, once again, thank you so much for coming out. Educate yourself on Lauren and her story. I think that it will make you an even better person. You'll find inspiration, I guarantee you. Thank you.
Lauren, one other key point, especially when she couldn't play basketball any longer in college and she started coaching, one of the main things that I didn't realize she did a lot was shake it off. If you know the song, play it a lot, and she kind of lived by this theory like everybody makes mistakes while you're playing, and it's a matter of not beating yourself up mentally. Shake it off quickly and figure out where you need to be on the next step. So just a tidbit that maybe you all can use, not to mentally beat yourself up and just be where you need to be on the next step. The GBA has raised $120,000 over the last 8 years, which is simply amazing, for The Cure Starts Now, which we became a part of during Lauren's journey in raising funds. To date, in Lauren's honor, we've raised $2.7 million for research. So it's just been amazing. It's kind of really hard for us to comprehend the impact that she's had on women's basketball, women's sports in general, the outpouring of just, I don't know, it's been overwhelming, and the inspiration for professional sports, and especially ladies sports, just kind of helped it along on the map. Her doctor had told her that the IPG was not very well known and that we needed like a Susan G. Komen for brain cancer, and she certainly stepped up to the plate and used the last of her days to make sure she advocated for pediatric cancer, which is way underfunded. 4% of government funding goes to pediatric cancers, and of course the rare cancers, the only way that they get research is because parents like us and other foundations put their money together to pay for it. And I can tell you, over the last 10 years, we know so much more about the genomics of the cancer cells. We're finding better treatments. There is slightly more longevity, only by a couple months, but a couple months is better than what we had before. So I want to thank you all for participating today, because with you being here, those dollars count to research, and if we can prevent any family from going through what we can in our lifetime, that would be a great blessing for our family. So I want to say I'm proud of you for showing up today. I hope you ladies have fun and just play your hearts out and keep pushing forward. Thank you.
It is day 2 of the 8th annual GBA Lauren Hill Classic. I'm here at Elite Athletic Sports Complex. Let's get this championship Sunday started. Just got done here at Elite. Now let's head to RG for the rest of the championships. Alright, we just got done here at the 8th annual GBA Lauren Hill Classic. Sean, what'd you think about it?
Man, it was amazing and outstanding are the two words that I came up with.
Absolutely, and probably think of the same thing. And yeah, awesome basketball action. Great job to all the teams that competed, and congratulations to the champions of this year's Lauren Hill Classic. Now, let's head it back to the studio.
That was a pretty great vlog from the Lauren Hill Classic. And Sean, we have some plenty more great classics here coming up this week, as we got 3 events. First one being the 8th annual GBA Cincinnati Classic. That's going to be held at Courts for Sports. And then we got the 10th annual GBA Findlay Classic over at the University of Findlay. And then finally, we got the 10th annual GBA Wildcat Classic, which is going to be back at Newark High School, which is a place that we haven't been to in quite a long time, so it's great to be back there.
Oh man, Newark is a great place to be, great place to hoop. For those who know the Newark tradition, recent history, man, they've been a powerhouse in basketball, with some coaching changes, adding a new head coach. Shout out to Coach Pertel. Taking a new job, but it's going to be great over at Newark, man. GBA Nation, be prepared to get your hoop on.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's going to be a really great event there, and as usual, the other events, they're going to be really great, especially University of Findlay. Get to have some of the girls tour the campus around there and see what all the campus has, and yeah, it should be a very fun weekend.
If you haven't been to University of Findlay, you're going to have a great time there. It's a Division II school. They're normally a powerhouse in women's basketball. So make sure while you're there, look around campus, because that school is wonderful and they are highly competitive.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So those are some of the great events that we have this weekend. And also, going into our basketball news roundup, there was a lot of great events going on in the professional side of women's basketball. First of all, we had the beginning of the regular season for the WNBA, which we had the debut of some really great players like Caitlin Clark in them, and brought out some really great talent and brought in a lot of viewers too, because I saw recently they said that it brought the first game there for Indiana Fever brought in 2 million views on ESPN, which they said is like the most viewed WNBA in I don't know how long, so.
Since 2001.
Yeah. So, it was very cool to see that they brought in a lot of views for that first game.
The impact, again, that Caitlin Clark has had on the game, I mean, can't deny that, man. It's awesome. She's bringing viewership, excitement back to the game. Well needed, man.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And then before all this, WNBA was cooking up some really big news with some expansion going on here. As over the past few months, they've expressed that they want to expand to possibly 16 teams by the end of 2028. And they made some huge announcements, with the first one being a new team over in San Francisco in the Bay Area, with the Golden State Valkyries coming in 2025 next year. So should be really cool to see how that goes. And then they also made a big announcement that they're going to be bringing a team to Toronto, Canada in 2026. So WNBA is going to be expanding into the Canadian market a little bit more here, after having some of those special preseason games over in Canada every year. So it's going to be really cool to see how the WNBA grows from here.
Definitely excited to see expansion, man. It was time. You know what I mean? There's a lot of young ladies out there, man, that can play at this level. You know what I mean? And that those expansion teams adds to the jobs that are available. And then also, man, they're in championship-winning cities. You know what I mean? Championship-winning markets. Going up to the 6. You know what I mean? Just some people call it Toronto as they run through the 6 with their woes. But then you got Golden State on the other end, you know, what they're known for. You know what I mean? But they have 5 championships, NBA championships on the NBA side. Hopefully they can bring that over to the WNBA side of it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, like you said, 2 cities known for championship quality teams. So it's going to be very interesting to see how that goes and how much fans they'll bring in here soon. Especially, I mean, Steph Curry lately, he's been loving the WNBA side, especially because, I mean, his god sister is playing in there, Cameron Brink. So, yeah, that's kind of a fun fact there, that Cameron Brink's god sister of Steph Curry. Now WNBA is going to be having a team in the same city as Steph Curry. So, should be very interesting.
It's encouraging to see, you know, their male counterparts supporting the game, because, I mean, these ladies can ball, man. I got 2 daughters, you know what I mean? I know what it looks like, you know what I mean? And other people know what it looks like. So shout out to everyone that's been an ambassador for the WNBA.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And also, the WNBA, they ended the preseason with quite the bang, as they had a special preseason game between Las Vegas Aces and the Puerto Rico national team. And this game was actually held at South Carolina University. So it was very interesting to see that game. And it was also AJ Wilson's homecoming. So got to see her play on the South Carolina courts again. And yeah, it was really cool to see that. And they went off as they won the game 102-50. So really amazing to see the Aces dominate against Puerto Rico.
That just goes to also show you, man, that the WNBA is international. You know what I mean? That was a great exhibition, great opportunity to introduce the game overseas, to see the speed of this game, like how it's affected the male side of it. So that was awesome to see. Great performance by the Aces. I mean, I didn't see anything different happening. And Aja Wilson's homecoming was just that, man. She put down that performance to show, like, this is the house that Aja built.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, they now got a statue right outside the stadium. So for her to play again after they put up that statue, it was just so amazing. I mean, after the game, she got really emotional, as like that was her first time back there since playing in college. So, I mean, it was a really special moment there, and it was all the while a really great event.
Yes, it was, man, and definitely looking, you know, for more of those types of exhibitions to happen, you know, moving forward.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like, I can see possibly Indiana doing one in the future with like Iowa or something for Caitlin Clark. Definitely in the future.
It's good for the game.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And then also on the college side of things, we had some big news involving UConn and USC, as the two teams have agreed to a 2-game deal. With this season, USC will be playing at UConn, and this game will be held on December 21st in 2024. So that game's gonna be really highly intense, because You got Paige Betters at UConn, and then you got Juju Watkins over at USC. Plus, USC's been adding some star players around her through the transfer portal, so should be a very interesting game there.
It's going to be an explosive game, man. Both teams are they bring stars to the table. Gino and UConn, yeah, of course they headline Paige Beckers, but at the same time, if you look at the 2021 class that they picked up, half of those girls are ESPN top 100, players. Azzy Fudd, Miss Patterson out of Indiana. They're going to be ready, man. And Juju Watkins, coming a year or two later, she's already here. So adding the pieces that they added, it's going to be a barn burner, man. We're going to see what that flight looks like going from the West Coast to the East Coast. But regardless, man, it's going to be some buckets raining in.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, as long as the Earls stay healthy, it's going to be a really great matchup. And, yeah, over at UConn, they're going to sell that out because they sell out quite a bit for those women's basketball games. And this one's just going to be even more intense. And then the year after that they're going to be heading back to USC. And with Juju, they'll probably sell that out too, if I had to guess. So it's gonna be very exciting for college women's basketball here. And also, both these teams right now are potential national title contenders. So it'll be interesting when they play each other. As last year they played in March Madness, and that game was very, very intense, as it was like a chance at a Final Four appearance, and it came down to the wire in that one.
I guarantee you, man, that opening game is going to be talked about at the end of the season. They're going to refer back to that game because them two are going to see each other again.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. They'll probably see each other again, whether that's in the Elite Eight again or possibly even in the Final Four National Championship. It's going to be a really great game, and we cannot wait.
Let's get it on.
Absolutely. And then, unfortunately, on the NBA side, with an update on the Cavs, unfortunately, they ended up getting eliminated by the Boston Celtics 4-1 in the series. And although they lost, they fought pretty hard in that game in this series. Because they could have just bowed down there near the end, but they kept fighting and fighting and fighting without their star player for the last two games. Name's Donovan Mitchell. So, it was really cool to see the Cavs make it this far. But storybook comes to an end there for this season, and we get to see how the Celtics do in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Yes, it was tough to watch. The Cavs did fight. They fought hard, but you can't win without your stars, man. Donovan Mitchell is an impact player. They lost one game by 5 without him. But to do that back-to-back, play at that high of a level, it's hard to do. And you got to give the Celtics credit, man. They have been there time and time and time and time and time again. So they're veterans. They're seasoned in this moment. So I'm not surprised that they pulled it out. Shout out to the Celtics. Cleveland's time to rebuild. Or reload, reset, whatever we need to do to get back to the finals.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I can definitely see the Cavs making it back to the playoffs next year, especially if they keep their stars like Donovan and Darius. Should be very interesting next year to see what all happens, especially because, as many people know, LeBron still has not said whether he's going to stay with the Lakers or not, so there's some people suggesting he might possibly come back to Cleveland. Who knows? He was at Game 4 watching the Cavs, so people are saying that that's him kind of scouting out the team a little bit to see where he'll go. But, as usual, it was his time coming back home, so I don't know if that was just a time to just come back and see family, or if that's just a little bit of hints of what might happen in the future.
There's always going to be speculation, especially when it comes to LeBron making any appearance in Cleveland. I'm glad that he came back, being at home, but also, who knows if he was scouting, seeing he has to be a fit for them as well, because they have the pieces that they have if they brought him back, that means if they get the trade and all that, they're going to undo what they started with this run, man. So I'm interested to see it for sure. Would love to have him back. Let's go, Cleveland. Let's keep it going.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Wait to see how they do next season. As we've said before, the WNBA has recently tipped off the regular season, which means it's time for our new special segment, the WNBA Minute Predictions. As for this one this time, we're going to be putting 2 minutes and 30 seconds on the clock to see how many of these games we can get predicted. And last week, our predictions, the record is so far, I am at 2-4, and Sean is at 3-3, thanks to his big pick, which was Connecticut over Indiana. So, hats off to you on predicting that one right.
Thanks to my lucky sports almanac, sir. I had to make it look close, Webb. That way it wouldn't have been a landslide victory, man. Hopefully this week you can do better against Sean.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Hopefully I do well here. Let's start the predictions right now. Indiana Fever versus New York Liberty on Thursday on Amazon Prime Video. This game's gonna be a pretty good one. I mean, two of the best young Earls out there, but I got Sabrina Ionescu over Caitlin Clark.
I'm going to Liberty as well. Janquo Jones also had 25 to add to Ionescu's 15-7. Let's go.
Yeah. And then we got Washington Mystics versus Connecticut Sun on Friday. Connecticut Sun proved that they are a really tough team with that win against Indiana. I'm sticking with Connecticut on this one.
You know what, man? I'm going to stick with Connecticut as well. Ariel Atkins, although she's played some great ball, it's not going to be enough. Let's go with the Suns.
Yeah. And then we got Seattle Storm up against Minnesota Lynx. As many people know, they played each other in the opening game, and Minnesota got the win in that one. So I got Minnesota win this one again, but by a closer margin.
You know what? This time I'm going to go with the Storm. In that first loss, Inike Ogumike scored 20 points, man, and that's without really much help from Skylar Diggins, who only put up 10. And then the league's leading scorer from last year, and Joel Jones, who averaged 24.7 points a game. So I don't think that's going to happen 2 games in a row.
Interesting. And then we got the rematch between Indiana Fever and New York Liberty. And this time around, it'll be a closer game, but I still got Liberty winning by like 1 or 2 possessions.
You know what? I was going to go against that, but I'm going to stick with the Liberty. They're not really depending on a rookie, per se, to come in and win the game. They're on a roll. Let's go.
Interesting. And then we got LA Sparks versus Las Vegas Aces on Saturday. I mean, Las Vegas Aces have been on a roll lately, so I'm sticking with the Vegas Aces on this one.
You know what? That's a safe pick as well. Aja Wilson had 30 and 13 last game. The Sparks, Kia Nurse, Rakia Jackson, they're a great duo, but I don't know if they have enough.
Next, we got Chicago Sky versus Dallas Wings. I mean, they played each other in the opening game, and it was pretty interesting. And Dallas Wings ended up winning that game, so I got Dallas Wings winning this one, but gonna be closer game than usual.
You know what, man? Dallas is they're playing some good ball. The player that I was talking about a couple weeks ago from Notre Dame, Arika Ungumbawale, she is a terror, man. She had 25 points, and if you remember from Ole Miss, Tierra McGowan, she had a double-double with 18 and 13, man. I'm going Dallas as well.
Nice. And those are our predictions, and we'll see how we do with these upcoming predictions here. I mean, I hope I get some more wins here, so let's see how these go.
Man, at the end of the day, man, we're having fun. It's enjoyable basketball to watch. We're having the time of our lives. Well, let's go.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is such an exciting WNBA season, and we're so excited to be able to do this. So, yeah. I mean, let's go.
It's about to shape up to be a fun summer. looking towards the college season, man. But before we get to that, let's get to this weekend of GBA hoops. GBA Nation. Also, stay tuned to the GBA Top 25, our Top 5. Webb, tell me a little bit about that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we're doing GBA Top 5 lately, and I cannot wait for these next few weekends here as we at a lot of plays possibly, and yeah, especially GBA Nationals here, because that's going to be coming up here next weekend. And that one's going to be Memorial Day weekend, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So, should be very interesting, and it should be a really fun event, especially because with it being Saturday, Sunday, Monday on Memorial Day weekend, gives people more time to spend some time with their friends and family at Kings Island to take advantage of the really nice discounts that we have in store for that. So, be sure to head over to Kings Island, have fun there, and join in on the GBA Nationals event.